Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening all around the world, dear viewers. This is Madassar Majid, ESL expert and media professional from Pakistan. A very warm welcome to all of you who are watching this live session. I just want to tell you something about this platform. This is a platform where we connect with our esteemed experts and visionaries from all across the globe to explore thought-provoking topics that inspire growth, learning, and global understanding. Stay connected as we have invited Madam Dunja Chamberlain from Switzerland. Madam, very warm welcome you in this session. Madam, how are you?
Well, thank you so much for welcoming me to your session. I'm very glad to be here and to share my knowledge about instructional coaching and about CLIL.
Okay, Yes, Madam, please introduce yourself before our audience so that our audience may get to know about you, that who's Madam Dunja Chamberlain. So please introduce yourself comprehensively.
Yes, so my name is Dunja Chamberlain. I live in Switzerland and I am Swiss. I've been in education for my entire life. I started as a teacher, language teacher, and then I continued as a curriculum coordinator. And the last 15 years, I've been an assistant principal in an international school here in Switzerland, in charge of teaching and learning and instructional coaching. For the last year and a half, I started a platform to help and support teachers, because many teachers, when I left my school, asked me, well, we need to have more support. Sometimes our administration doesn't have the time to give us support. So they asked me, how can we do that? And I decided then to create this platform where teachers can sign up for free on the platform, and they can meet other teachers from around the world to connect or to ask questions, or even to share different activities they're using in their classroom. The name of the platform is Innovating Teachers Academy, and it's short, we say it INTA.
That's a very great initiative that you have taken to get together, trying to collect all these educationists at one platform, and where they can excel their identity, they can showcase their knowledge and all and expertise at one platform, and that's a great thing, and that's a great initiative as well, and I really appreciate that thing as well. So, dear viewers, I just want to tell you about going to describe the topic of the day on which we are going to have a discussion. Our topic for today's discussion is about empowering teachers' thought, instructional coaching, and CLIL, building 21st century classroom. This is our topic on which today we are going to have a discussion. So we mean CLIL mean content and language integrated learning. This is our topic on which today we are going to have a discussion. So in this regard, the very first question I would like to ask over here, that how does instructional coaching transform a teacher's classroom practice? This is my first question that I have raised. So, Madam, please, what would you like to say about this particular question?
Yes, and that's an important question, because often schools do not offer instructional coaching. The first thing to understand about instructional coaching is that it is not an evaluation of what you're doing. We use instructional coaching to help you grow, to help you find new strategies, to help you improve what you're doing. So this is very important. It is not at all an evaluation. The way it can transform teachers is that, first of all, it happens throughout the whole school year. So it is ongoing. You start at the beginning of the school year with an instructional coach, and then you continue throughout the school year. What it allows you, or the way it helps you transform yourself, is first, when you meet an instructional coach, it's the teacher who decides what goal they want to improve. It is not the instructional coach. It is not the school. It's the teacher who decides what goal they want to improve. Then we meet, we discuss what I should, or as an instructional coach, what I should observe in your classroom. Then we do the observation. I take notes. After the observation, we meet again. We look at all the data, And from there, we have a reflection. And from there, you can also start shifting your teaching. So it's a very important step, and it really helps teachers to grow in their practice.
That's great. That's a great thing that you have just added over here, just in context of instructional coaching. So, madam, I just want to ask you the question that uh, what are the key challenges the teachers face when implementing this particular model like CLIL?
Yes, it's called CLIL. We use CLIL. Actually, I work for the European Council of Modern Languages, and I go all around Europe to help teachers to learn how to deal with CLIL, because it is not easy to do. I think the first, excuse me, yes? Oh, okay. The first challenge that new CLIL teachers face is, how can I balance teaching the content and the language? So this is difficult to do both at the same time. What we find is that teachers who teach a discipline like math, like science, like history, for example, they find it difficult because they don't have the language component to be able to identify the difficulties, the language difficulties students will encounter. So the main difficulty is, how can they make their content accessible to their students so they can understand it? And also, how can they help students or give them tools so they can express or they can demonstrate their understanding of the content? And often students who do not speak the language, they understand it, but they cannot show us what they understand. So we have to give them tools for that. For the language teachers, it's a little bit different. For them, the biggest challenge is to start their lesson with content, because in CLIL, we always start with content. Either it is with a reading, a text, or it is with a listening, a recording. And often language teachers are used to start with a grammar point. In CLIL, we do not do that. We start with a content and we integrate our grammar point in the content, so students right away can see how we use it. It makes total sense when you see it used in a text. So that's probably the first biggest challenge for CLIL teachers. Then another challenge that they encounter is that it is very difficult to find teaching resources in CLIL, because there are not many out there. If you go on the internet, there's really not many CLIL resources. With the Innovating Teacher Academy that I have just created, I have a big group of CLIL teachers, and we give a lot of resources. So you can, if you sign up for the platform, then you can either access the resources, or you can join the community discussion groups and meet other CLIL teachers to try to exchange or ask questions. The third challenge that is probably the biggest, is probably as big as the other two, is time. It takes a lot of time to create CLIL resources, and unfortunately, most teachers do not have the time to do so. So again, being able to exchange with other CLIL teachers is really helpful.
Yes, you have just added over here about your innovative academy, or innovative teachers academy, or something like this. So how can common people can join, common teachers can join that platform? How would you explain this?
All right. Well, you can join by just signing up, and it's for free. You can find me, you can find Innovating Teachers Academy on LinkedIn or Facebook, or I will put the link under the recording when Budassar posts the recording. The advantages, or what you gain by becoming a member, is first, you become part of a community. We have now over 550 teachers from around the world, actually from 50 different countries, and some from Pakistan. I was just telling Budassar.
That's great.
So
Yes,
you can join the community discussion group, ask questions, find support, meet teachers who teach CLIL in other countries. You can also find some courses. Either there are courses that are there are courses on challenges that you find in your classroom, and it's not only CLIL. You can find on teacher well-being, you can find on artificial intelligence, you can find on student ownership, on creativity. So you can find courses. We also have a resource section where you can find resources, and you can find CLIL resources. And also we offer regularly, pretty much once or twice a month, we offer live masterclass that are free for you to join. And these ones are on all different topics on topics and strategies that we use in our classrooms.
That's great, and it can be very much helpful for the young teachers and those ESL experts who are teaching in the different countries, as you said, so that educationists from different 50 other countries, they are also part of that group, and they are also contributing something in teaching. So that's a really great thing, and that's such a great initiative that you have taken to add something more in teaching, and there where you are just working as a mentor, as a coach, especially particularly international coach, to provide some sort of assistance to those young teachers who just want to gain something. So that's a great
That's
thing. I
right.
really appreciate that thing. Okay, next, madam, I just want to ask you that how can teachers build confidence in delivering content in a second language? Because this is another thing, another point, another problem that they face. Because they are less confident when they are teaching English as a second language. So that time, how they can build their confidence level up whenever they are teaching English to the second language learners.
Yes, and it's very important. It's very connected to the last point that I made before. That was one of the challenges: time. And so what you need to do, and I tell that whenever I do some workshop on CLIL, I say you must start small on manageable steps. So you start by creating one unit. Don't try to organize everything for the whole school year. It is not going to work.
Yes,
So you start by planning one unit where you create your activities, you identify your goals, and then when you teach it, you adjust it, and then you reflect on it, and then you can start planning the other one. So really start with small chunks, small pieces, so it's more accessible. Then what you need to do is, for CLIL, you cannot start lessons from an activity. You need to first identify the objectives for content and the objectives or the goals for language. It's very important to identify those before you start. Once you have them, then you can start planning slowly. Once you have your goals, so content and language goals, you need to learn about the different strategies that we use to scaffold the content and scaffold the language. By scaffold, I mean that you need to make it simple so students can understand it and they can access it. So it's very important to show all the different steps of what you expect. You can also, as a teacher, if you are a discipline teacher, it's very important that you find out your academic language of your subject, because every subject, like math, science, and history, have their own vocabulary. So you need to know that vocabulary so you can tell it to the students. Also, you need to know the characteristics. For example, in science, you usually don't use pronouns. You make sure that it's in the passive voice. You don't give opinion. So you need to know these specific characteristics of your discipline.
Yes,
And
they
finally,
they have their own jargons.
exactly,
They
they
have
have
their
their
own
own language.
technical word.
Exactly, Exactly. Each discipline has their own language. So it's very important that you find this out. If you don't know, you can come on the platform or you can ask me, and I can tell you exactly what is the language of that discipline and what is the academic vocabulary. Then when you teach CLIL, it's important that you focus on fluency or on communication and don't get stuck with accuracy or with the grammar. The grammar will come later. For now, you just want them to speak and to communicate, to understand and to express their understanding or their comprehension. And finally, to build confidence again, and this is why I created Innovating Teachers Academy platform, is because you need to meet other teachers who teach the same as you. So you can share, you can discuss problems, you can ask questions, you can reflect. And those are very important because they will give you much more confidence in your teaching. Is only for teachers. He just went. So maybe he's going to come back. So the platform is only for teachers and is only by teachers. It is one of the only platforms that is so focused on teaching. And I think this is why so many people join, because they can find teachers who have the same, who are in the same profession and who have the same challenges than you have. Hello, Mudassar, you are back.
Yes, sir. There was a technical error, so that's why I just got lost my connection. So that's why I rejoined that. Okay, but I hope so that you were just elaborating the thing, so therefore I could not disrupt you. So therefore I just make it carry on or something like that. Okay, just want to ask you the next question.
Yes.
That what role does the reflective practices play in professional development? Or what would you say, particularly based on ESL experts?
I think the main role that reflective practice or instructional coaching allows you to do is to be aware of what you are doing in the classroom and how you're doing it, and especially the impact it has on your students. And this, when you do professional development, just regular professional development, it is not targeted to exactly what you are doing in your classroom. That's why the reflective practice is so important. Also, the reflective practice allows you to identify your strengths and identify your areas of improvement, because these are really important. You need to know this. And it's not an evaluation. It's for you to know so you can change, you can make a shift. A third advantage or a third role of the reflective practice is to encourage you to do some critical thinking about your teaching decision making. So it helps you to reflect on what you're doing and see how you can change it. And through all this, what it does, and we go back to the question before, is that it really builds your confidence. It helps you to feel better about what you're doing. It also increases your motivation, and it gives you the control of your transformation. So you are the person who decides on your transformation, and then it helps you to continue your professional growth. So it's a really very good technique to improve or to learn new strategies in teaching.
That's great, and especially you have to apply different techniques whenever you are teaching in the classroom, because you are being observed by many students. That time, if you have a sound techniques in teaching, if you have good methodology to apply, so definitely you can become a good, an influence, a good teacher, teach the students who can, and especially these teachers are remembered for a long time if they have complete influence on the students. But if they are not, they're just time passing, so that time they are not remembered for long. So special techniques and methodology really matters if you're teaching something to the students and young learners. Okay, next I just want to ask you that how can education system better prepare students for global citizenship? Because this is a very hot question, because this is a demanding question. I would like to say, What would you say about that?
There are many strategies to do that are important, and you should try to do them in your classes if you can. The first one, I think, is it's important to have a curriculum or a program that allows you to integrate the intercultural understanding. CLIL has 4 C's in CLIL. The first one is content that we mentioned earlier. The second one is communications or language that we mentioned earlier. The third one is cognition. How do we learn best? And the fourth one is culture. So you need to you need to make students aware about the different cultures and how they have different perspective on various issues. For example, a couple of years ago, we had a lot of countries in Europe, at least, were looking at changing the age of retirement. And what is important when you do CLIL is that to show them how different cultures or different countries look at the problem in a different way and how do they get to their own solutions. So this helps the students to have an intercultural perspective. And this is very important to do. Another way that you can do in your classroom is to have a curriculum that allows you to encourage collaboration or to address real world or global issues, or even to create authentic and meaningful learning experiences. This is very important. So to get away from your textbook and be able to do some projects where you encourage collaboration between not only your student, but maybe with students from other countries. A concrete example could be, for example, a class in Switzerland partners with a class in, let's say, Kenya or Pakistan to compare and to co-create a campaign on water use and waste management. So you get 2 classes from different countries to work together on the same project. And this, again, will create global citizenship. A third example...
That's a great...
Yes, go ahead.
But just thirdly question raised my mind that when it comes to cognitive ability, it might be varied, especially when you're going to give the example like in Kenya and Pakistan and Switzerland, they might have different mindset. They might have a schema, a different type of, word, vocabulary words, or different type of, information based on that particular topic, about that particular, idea. So in this regard, how these things works when you're going to, join or unite or to collaborate with all the different type of countries at one platform?
Yes, I think what's important first is that the 2 teachers need to meet before and need to put the vocabulary, the knowledge, all the information, they need to put it together so it is presented to the students in, I'm going to use Pakistan, to the students in Pakistan, and it's presented to the students in Switzerland. That's very important. And then only when we have introduced all this, we can put the students together to work in groups. The way to set this up, again, this is the reason I started Innovating Teachers Academy. You may find a teacher from another country who is teaching CLIL and the same topic as you, and you may just say, hey, I'm teaching this. Would you like to collaborate to put our classes together? And this happens. So that would be a way to do it, for sure. Another way to prepare students for global citizenship is to have a curriculum or a program that gives you space to role play or to do simulations. For example, what we do here in our school in Switzerland is we have groups of students that join a simulation of the model United Nations, where they have to represent different countries and they have to negotiate a peace agreement. And this is a simulation, it's something real. And then students practice it. And they actually even get to go to the UN to practice it in the room where they do it. And then they are more aware about the world. And hopefully they will become ambassadors or people who will be in charge of our world in the future. And I can give you maybe another example would be to another example that strengthen the language. If you have time in your curriculum, again, to have some projects, you can do projects that really focus on language. For example, a concrete example would be one that happened in the United States. It is a school in the southern part of the United States where many, many people are Spanish speakers. And what happened is that a city official came to the school into a class where they were learning Spanish. So they were Anglophones, but they were learning Spanish. And he came there and he came to ask them for their help and said, could you help me? I have, whenever new people come to our city, I have a pamphlet that explains everything for the city, but it is only in English. Could you help me translate it so I can give it to all the new immigrants who are Spanish speakers and joining us? And then the class did that. So it is, again, something, it's an authentic and meaningful learning experience. And then the students get very motivated and they get outside of the classroom to be more aware of what's going in the world around them.
That's a really great and really impressive. The things you are doing, that's a really marvelous and superb, because the way you're just trying to connect the world together at one place, that's marvelous. And especially you're trying to share, as you're just integrating the things by sharing your knowledge with the help of the other educationists from different part of the world. So that is really, I would say, appreciable, appreciable context that you are sharing the things like that in that way. And that is a really motivational as well for the lot of educationists who are teaching in the other part of the world as well. So that's really superb. I would say that that superb work that you're doing, it is not something that I have invited you, and that's why I'm just praising you. The thing is that whatever I just got it from your discussion, so that is really marvelous and really appreciable, because it can work for the lot of educationists who are teaching English in the other part of the world. So definitely it can work, and you're just trying to get to uniting all those educationists at one place. So that is really admirable. And I guess that you should need to continue get like collaborative efforts should be continued, so that more people can join your forum and they can get benefit from it, from the discussion from your forum. And I hope so more people would join and learn a lot of things from you. And thank you very much, Madam Dunia, the world, for your precious and valuable time that you have added.
Yes.
And
well, you're very welcome.
I hope so that yes, because I guess that the way you have elaborated, the way you have extended the thoughts based on that particular topic that we have selected for, so that can really helpful for the educationists who are watching this live session, and they would gain a lot of things from our discussion, and that they can sort out the problem that they might have in their mindset, and they will definitely get some sort of inspirations as well from our discussion. So thank you very much, Madam Dunia, for your valuable input that you have added in this particular session. So thank you very much, Madam.
Well, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure to be here. And again, I mean, if you need any support, any help, join our community, because you will get it there. You will get help. You'll be able to ask questions. And yes, we have some incredible experts that are here to help you. This is the idea. You can join our community on www.innovating/teachers/academy.com. But I will put that information under Mudassar's post when he posts the recording. Thank you, Mudassar. It was lovely to speak with you. And I hope we get to do this again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much. And dear viewers, I just want to tell you that especially those educationists who are watching this session, so we have also International Mentors Forum group as well on WhatsApp as well, and on Facebook pages as well. So where they are all uniting at one platform. So where they just share their thoughts, and they add something more valuable things, as Madam today has added. So definitely you will be able to get a lot more things from our discussion. So keep watching the sessions that we are just conducting on every Sunday. So it can be very fruitful and handy for all those educationists. So thank you very much, dear
You're
viewers
welcome.
who are watching the session. So if you have any question, you can put forward. So definitely we will try to respond to you later on as well. Thank you very much for your patience, and I hope so that you might have enjoyed today's discussion, especially the Madam Dunya has shared the, the things that need to be expressed. So definitely she has expressed. So keep watching, and till then, goodbye. We will see you next week. Thank you very much.
Goodbye and have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.